favorite generational podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Katrina.
And I need to open my Mountain Dew.
And the motorcycles need to stop driving right outside of my window because that was very loud. Anyway, how's your week then, Rachel?
You're not gonna wait for me to finish my sip of Mountain Dew?
No.
My week has been a week. I don't know. What was the
As
last
most
time we
weeks
recorded?
are.
What's happened since then? I'm less than 2 weeks out from getting my wisdom teeth out.
Ooh.
Not thrilled about that. I had orientation and got my schedule.
Very exciting.
Oh, I talked to my roommate some about, like, roommate stuff. Like, what we're bringing and stuff.
That's good.
And, so, like, I don't snore.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have conversations with you in my sleep. But normally it's just, like, a really quiet mumble that is very ignorable.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you ask me something, and then I will respond. I won't remember it. It may not be accurate, but I'll respond. And then I also, I occasionally wake up in the middle of the night, and I've realized it's after I have a bad dream that something happens to Sky. I'll wake up and put her in my parents' room. Like, pick her up and move her in the middle of the night, and I have no memory of it.
Wow.
So I had to tell her that, and I was like, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, because I don't have a dog. Like, it shouldn't be a problem. But it might happen. Like,
Unless you drive home just to
Honestly,
move your
if
dog
I do,
to...
please record it. Like,
That would be so funny. You just, like, get in the car, and you're like, I need to find my dog right now.
yeah, I mean... But, anyway, she's wearing her thunder coat right now because fireworks have been going off all day.
Yeah.
And, all week. And we learned this year that she's decided to be scared of them again. Like, we had her, she was super chill last year, loved them, but apparently they hit a 2-year regression. Great, another 2-year regression, but, on their fear.
Mm-hmm.
So she's scared of everything again. And my neighbors lit off fireworks till past midnight last night, which is against city code. They're supposed to be done at, like, 10. And all of their trash landed in our yard, and they haven't cleaned it up. And I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
And I know there's just gonna be more tonight.
Yeah.
So, like, we're not even bothering to say anything to them until either we have to mow again or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So probably tomorrow, because we just mowed not that long ago. But, yeah, that's a thing.
In my town, we have a, like, fire safety thing, so we're not supposed to be setting off fireworks, but people have still been doing it, like, I think since the incident, like, because originally people were like, we had the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock howl where you would howl to, like, show support for medical workers and stuff, which we don't live near a hospital, so I was kind of confused, but, like, if you're supporting the medical field, then I guess, but,
Do you watch Ben Brainerd at all?
No.
He's a TikToker, but he also does, like, Instagram, where he posts basically, like, a weekly summary of what's happening, and he always makes it, like, it's just... I'll have to show it to you, because Florida man is very much a thing. He's at every meeting. He knows how to call every state, because you call every state by doing something specific. So, I think it's for Louisiana, he says that Missouri has the best barbecue. Or, like, some southern state. I don't remember which state it is. And then he mentions horses are racing, and Kentucky comes, and DC just doesn't know what to do with him. And DC is not 45. He is DC. And then this week they had the CDC on, and the guy, he made him look like he was so dead. And it's all one character. Or, like, all one dude playing all the characters. But it was funny. And he bought the shirt for Iowa from Ray Gun.
Good.
Mm-hmm. And I know this because I DM'd him and I was like, that looks like a Ray Gun shirt. Is that a Ray Gun shirt? And then he responded and he was like, yeah, it is a Ray Gun shirt. It seems like a cool store. And I was like, it's fantastic.
incredible. But I feel like people have been setting off fireworks since the incident started, because instead of just howling, people are like, oh, let's make as much noise as possible at like 9 at night, and so let's set off fireworks. And then
it's kids that go to sleep at 7 and 8.
Yeah, and then
especially the ones that go to bed at 8.
Yeah. And it stopped after like maybe a month. And then as soon as the 4th was within vicinity, they're like, oh, it's really close to this holiday, so let's set off all the fireworks we have.
Not earned the 4th this year.
We're
like a kindergarten classroom that has not been remembering to bring our planners signed by our parent every week. We did not earn the pajama party.
Mm-hmm.
So, today for me is only known as Harper comes home from the NICU day, or came home from the NICU day.
Good.
Because she came home on the 4th, so we always joke that the fireworks are for her.
Cute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we've really earned it either, and I am not really celebrating, so
I'm going over to see the puppies.
Cute.
Mm-hmm. They should be opening their eyes any day now.
Aww.
Because it's between 11 and 14 days, and today is day 11. I'm excited.
Very exciting. Anyway.
Every time I get home... No, I want to talk more about puppies.
You want to talk more about puppies? Okay.
Yes, I want to talk more about puppies. Every time I get home, Sky smells me. And smells like, if I have them on my chest, she smells right where they were for 15 minutes. Like, she just keeps coming up and like, I need to smell you again. Something's funny. And she doesn't do that when I visit other dogs. And it's because puppies actually have a different scent than other dogs.
Oh.
So she can smell and be like, oh, that's a puppy. Because they still have, like, maternal hormones or pheromones or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'm not a vet. But the smell of puppies is typically calming to dogs. So, like, their next door neighbor has a dog who is, how do I put this nicely? A maniac. And he was barking and being really obnoxious as Lola, the mommy dog, was just trying to sleep. Because it was the day she had the puppies and she was exhausted.
Understandable.
And so they picked up one of the puppies and just brought it over for the other dog to smell. Instantly mellowed out and was like, okay, I get it. And just kind of like went about his day.
Aww.
Didn't care. And I was like, that's crazy. And then I came home and I had to like take off my hoodie because Sky was smelling it so much. And now she's asleep on my pillows.
Fun times.
Okay, now, but anyway.
But anyway, what's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing this week is called cheez-it Snapped. They are Cheez-Its mixed with chips. So it's got the underlying flavor of Cheez-It. And it's made by Cheez-It. But it's like... So the ones I have right now are cheddar, sour cream, and onion. And they're so good. They're like thinner.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like an air-fried Cheez-It.
Okay.
They're fantastic. They have cheddar flavored, which, boring. Cheddar, sour cream, and onion, and jalapeno. And I want to try the jalapeno, but I'm a baby, so I know I won't. Ooh, my mommy got me a graduation gift. It was like a little care package box.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things she got me was this cup, and it says Rachel 2020 in my high school colors. And it's very, very glittery.
Yeah, I can see the glitter.
Very glittery. But it's so cute. It's like one of those super girly things that I don't do, but I think this is really cute, and I love it.
Yeah.
Did I show you the cup before, or was
yes,
it over
you
there,
did.
So I didn't care? Oh, okay. Well, I'm actually using it now.
Good.
Before it was just sitting on my shelf, and I was like, I don't want to use it.
But it's pretty, so.
It is. She's so cute. I just want to go snuggle her.
She's asleep.
But she's cute.
But we're recording.
That's never stopped me before.
That is very true. But you've also woken her up?
Awakened the sleeping beast?
Yes. I forgot how to speak speak English for
okay.
a second there. It's okay.
Anyway, what's your favorite thing this week?
My favorite thing this week is senior picture prep because, this whole week I've been trying to, like, prep outfits and, like, ideas for my senior pictures because one of my mom's friends is going to do them. But my mom's friend is also very pregnant, and it was raining yesterday when we were supposed to be taking them, so it got postponed. But this week I've been, like, trying to put together outfits and, like, asking people for opinions, and then got my hair done all pretty. And I've just been feeling really pretty this week, and that sounds like such a, like, weird thing to say, but it's been a fun week because I feel like I haven't really had an excuse to dress up or do anything since I've been at home, like, all the time. But it's been a fun week trying to get things together, and my grandma showed me she sent my mom's senior pictures to, like, show me what hers looks like, and it's been fun, like, comparing things, because obviously things have changed because she graduated in the 90s, and so...
When did your mom graduate?
I don't know when she graduated. I know the year that she graduated. I don't know the year she graduated.
My
I know
mom graduated in 94? 93? I don't know. How old is my sister? We're 8 years apart. I'm 17. What's 17 plus 8? 25. I haven't been in school for so long. I need to go get a calculus prep book because they put me in the hardest calculus, and I'm apparently, so the school has 4 chemistry majors, and I'm apparently in the hardest one.
Oh, good.
And it's not even a specialized one. The specialized ones are easier, or, well, less calculus, which for me would mean easier. But this one is most applicable to everything, so it's like...
Yeah.
And the only difference between the general chemistry Bachelor of Science and the medicinal chemistry is medicinal chemistry takes biology. It is literally one class different. And I'm already taking biology. So, can I get both? Like, that's how I got 2 associate's degrees. Took a class that filled both requirements for the science and the arts, and then boom.
Boom.
An associate's degree was born. I don't remember what I was talking about. Calculus. Math. Oh, my sister's 25. So 25, she was born in 95, which means my mom graduated in 94.
Okay.
Wow, that was a roller coaster.
Yeah. I don't know the exact year, so I'm just saying in the 90s because I know it was in the 90s. So, anyway.
But it's 2020, but my sister turns 26 this fall. So it was either 94 or 93. I think my sister was born in 93, so it had to have been... No, she was born in 94, so it had to be 93. I don't know.
Math is hard.
It is hard. That's not even math at this point. It's just, like, reasoning. Because I can't remember if my mom graduated in winter or spring.
Oh, yeah.
So... It was the same school year. I know that. Like, I know it was the 93-94 school year. I just don't know if she only did 93 or if she did 93-94.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song this week is Fool's Gold by One Direction. And yes, we're back here.
The way you said that sounded like you were about to be, like, part of the gold rush. Like, Fool's Gold!
But I have a story about this because yesterday was quite a day. So I was driving to go to the store to pick something up that I needed for pictures, and it started raining and hailing so bad. Like, I couldn't even see anything on the road. I couldn't, like, hear myself think, and I was just, like, so panicked and so anxious, and so I pulled into... I think it was the movie theater parking lot. I thought it was a different parking lot, but because I couldn't see anything, I just kind of pulled into a parking lot, and then once the rain cleared, I'm like, oh, look, there's the movie theater. But I was panicking and my phone wasn't working for phone calls, so I was trying to call my parents and they couldn't hear me. Because the call went through, but apparently my mic wasn't working for it. But I was able to still record audio on, like, different apps, so I don't really know what the deal was. And so I was just really panicked. And then I've learned that One Direction and their solo stuff is kind of, like, it's calming, because it's familiar to me, and so I just put on my One Direction playlist on full blast, and then I felt better, and Fool's Gold came on, and it's a really, like, slow, sweet song. And there was also a TikTok that I saw this week that was, the crowd at one of Niall's concerts, like, solo concerts. He sang the first word of the song, and then the entire crowd just sang the rest of, like, the chorus, and it was so beautiful, and I cried. See, but we're not surprised.
I'm the person at a concert that doesn't like that. I'm like, I came to hear these artists live. I don't care about the rest of you. Like, I'm a piece of trash, but...
It was really cute, though, because he was really happy, too, because it was kind of showing that the One Direction fandom is still alive, even though they haven't been together for 5 years.
Okay, I have a thought.
Yes?
This is completely unrelated, but my brain just isn't going in a straight. Like, my thoughts, they're not going straight.
Yep.
So I was staring at my hand sanitizer that I have, and it's a spray hand sanitizer. And I love the concept, but the bottle that I got, like, it just smells, because they didn't add anything to it. It's from a distillery, because, you know, all the distilleries switched over to making hand sanitizer for a while, or at least in my area they did. Perfume is largely alcohol. Could I add some perfume to the hand sanitizer to make it smell less terrible? And I'm Googling it, and they're like, I mean, you can? But it's just kind of like a you can, but then there's not a reason why not. It's just like, perfume shouldn't be your first resort. And I think they think I mean, can I use perfume as hand sanitizer? And I don't want that. I want to put some perfume in the hand sanitizer. And I think if it's okay to use perfume as hand sanitizer as a last resort, it's okay to add perfume to hand sanitizer. And it has this cute little twist top, so I could easily add it.
Cute. I would give you advice, but I don't think I'm more knowledgeable on mixing chemicals together, so...
It's not even chemicals. I mean, I guess technically it is.
Everything is chemicals.
No, it's compounds. Not everything is chemicals. Everything is compounds. So part of my orientation was meeting with about 8 other... Do you just hear her sneeze? I love you. Was meeting with my advisor, and to do that, they had us in a Zoom call with 2 advisors, one person, like one adult that was just an instructor. And then there were 8 students. And also they introduced themselves, and they're like, I'm Dr. So-and-so. I'm Dr. So-and-so. And the third lady goes, I'm Amy K. Everyone calls me Amy K. Don't call me anything but Amy K. Like, okay. But anyway, we were talking, and then I have a periodic table on my wall. Right now it hides behind my curtains, but when my curtains are closed, you can see it. And so they saw it, and they were like, is that a periodic table? And I was like, yeah, listen. It was kind of a joke, and then I never took it down. So, TikTok fingers, like...
I'm shy.
Oh my gosh, you're so much less shy now, though.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, my mom and I bought fresh mangoes and pineapples a few weeks ago, and then we cut them up and froze them, so I get to make a mango pineapple fruit smoothie, and I don't care if it's frozen fruit, because it actually becomes a smoothie better, and it's less watered down, but it tastes better when you buy it fresh and freeze it, than if you buy frozen fruit.
True.
Like, it's just... Also, I still haven't used that funnel cake mix, and I really want to.
Anyway, what's your favorite song this week?
Are we still doing that? My favorite song is, wow, we're 20 minutes in and we're just now touching on my favorite song.
Yeah.
My favorite song is My Shot by Lin-Manuel Miranda and Cast, because what did I just try and do there? No, I tried to make it something else, like Hamilton.
That's not a word.
Do. Anyway, that came out yesterday as of recording.
Mm-hmm.
Friday as of posting. I mean, it's still Friday as of recording, but it was yesterday. It was Friday. Anyway, I'm gonna drink more Mountain Dew.
Okay. Did you cry at all, or was that just me?
I heard a lot of people do, but I don't cry. Like, you know this. I don't cry at things.
Yes.
The only reason I cry is if the dog dies. So, like, I won't watch
There isn't a dog in Hamilton, though.
Exactly.
We're all good.
What was that cough?
I was trying to eat my Pop-Tart too fast because it was it was my breakfast, and I woke up
at 1
and then,
p.m.
Yes, I had
Sims.
breakfast. Well, I didn't have breakfast. I woke up, I did my face stuff, and then I went down and grabbed one of the Starbucks Frappuccino things from the fridge, and then I drank it, and then I went down and immediately started working on the document so we could record. And then I kind of forgot to eat, and then you mentioned, oh, let me get a Mountain Dew before we record, and I'm like, oh, food is a thing. And so I ran down and made a Pop-Tart, and then you were telling me to hurry up so that you could open your Mountain Dew, and so I was trying to eat it too fast, and then it got stuck in my throat, and I was trying to calm down, and then...
Technically, I didn't tell you to hurry up. I said, listen, I need to open this Mountain Dew.
And that's not the same thing.
No. Because I never said the words, you need to hurry up.
But, yeah, I've been trying to not cough because I do not have...
The incident?
The incident. That's a weird way of phrasing it, but
It's
don't.
Okay. My stepdad has a cough, he just has allergy coughs.
Yeah.
And he's gone to the doctor pre-incident, and he just coughs. So it's funny because we'll be in a store and he'll cough, and he gets the, death glare from everyone he's around. And it's first of all, that was clearly a wet cough. Second of all, leave him alone. Don't go to the store if you're sick, please.
Yeah.
Go isolate until you're better or whatever. But it's not sick. It's just allergies.
Yeah.
Anyway. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how I cried at Hamilton.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, I don't cry
didn't.
unless it's... I haven't watched A Dog's Purpose, and I refuse to watch A Dog's Purpose. Fun fact.
Yeah. I... See...
We know... The Art of Racing in the Rain? Can't. My family's a racing family. My dad was a racer, and there's a dog. Can't do it.
I haven't watched any of those movies because I know I would never be able to recover. Because I cry at most things, but especially. But
Felt that.
The thing is I was listening to, well, not listening. I was watching Hamilton. I can actually say that now.
Magic.
And what?
I said magic.
Oh, I thought you said no, you can't, and I was like, hello.
I've suspended your Disney Plus account.
We did get hacked, so I wouldn't be surprised.
You did.
And I didn't know about it until we had to re-log in on every device, and I was like, why do we have to log in? Was there an update? And he was like, no, we got hacked, and I'm like, oh.
Oh.
But I was watching with my family, which I was a little hesitant about because of certain parts of Act 2. Yes. And so I was like, I've only heard it, and I don't know what's gonna happen. And
I know,
so
I was like, this is gonna be... Surely they would... I was like, surely they wouldn't. It's a Broadway show.
And
it wasn't rated R.
Exactly. And so I was nervous watching it, and then I've listened to Act 1 more than Act 2, because Act 1 is more it seems more lighthearted, like the topic isn't more lighthearted, but like the music is, and then the second half is like all problematic, like affair stuff, and so I'm like, okay, we'll listen to the first half. And so I cried through most of the first half, and every time Eliza came on screen, I cried as soon as I heard the intro to the Schuyler sisters. Which is not usually a crying moment, but that was the first song of Hamilton I had ever heard, and then when I was singing it, I was a mess. But you already know that. Anyway.
No, so listening to it before watching it, I preferred Act 1. But now that I've watched it, I prefer Act 2.
Yeah. I was just nervous what was gonna happen in Act 2, and my parents were like, oh, let's watch it as a family. I'm like,
Let's not!
And I was gonna, see, they were saying, oh, let's watch it, and it was like 7 at night, and it's almost 3 hours long, right. And I was like, oh, should I watch it beforehand? But then they'd have to, like, start it at, like, 11, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work, and so I powered through, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Well, I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I was just nervous for songs. Anyway.
Certain songs. It's okay. I watched it during the afternoon because, I work at 7 in the morning every morning. Except
Gross.
2 days a week. This week it's 3 days a week. Holla. Anyway. I watched it, and then my mom got off work and comes into my room a couple hours later. She came in at like 10. It was like, Rachel, you want to watch Hamilton with me? And I was like, first of all, you go to bed at 10:30. Second of all, I go to bed at 10:30.
Could not be me.
Okay, I don't unless I didn't before I started working every morning.
That's
and now
fair.
It's like I can't. And it takes so long to fix my sleep schedule if I screw it up on a day off. So it's what comes next. Also, okay, can we talk about Toddler King George?
Oh my gosh.
I love him.
Also, because when I was listening to it the first time, I was like, oh, King George only has, like, 3 parts. And, like, I get why he's a character because he's a big part of the history, but I didn't get it. And then when I was watching it and he was just, like, on the side for, like, some scenes, I was like, oh.
The best thing
perfection.
Was, I'm so blue. And then he stomps his foot.
And then the lights turn blue. That was so beautiful.
He's a spoiled toddler.
Also, the spice that Daveed Diggs added to the entire thing.
Okay, you want to hear something hilarious?
What?
I didn't realize that Lafayette was played by the same person that played
You
Thomas
didn't?
Jefferson. No, because I don't ever look at the artist when I'm listening to it. And when Lafayette was singing, he sang with an accent, so it was like, when you're just listening to the recording, it's hard to tell it apart, because I don't ever look at cast lists. Mm-hmm. And so I saw it, and I didn't even realize it the first watch through, but literally, Mulligan and Lafayette, those two actors, go from being best buds with each other and Hamilton to being best buds with each other but hating Hamilton when they switched different characters and become Madison and Jefferson. And I love that.
Did you know about the other characters that played multiple parts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd heard about the other ones, but those ones, I didn't care. Quite honestly. I did not care.
Also, I loved Peggy's part in the Schuyler Sisters. She's like, and Peggy.
I know, she's like, excuse you, I am here. I like that. Is Peggy the youngest? She's gotta be, right? Because they treat her like the youngest kid, like they keep booping her nose. Which, don't do that to the youngest child. I'll smack you. Like, you will not live to tell the tale.
Let's see. Was she... Love that the first picture that comes up when you look up Peggy Schuyler is of the musical.
love that.
Also, her first name is Margarita, but she went by Peggy. Okay. I feel like she's probably the youngest. I don't want to go through Wikipedia.
Is Peggy...
See, that's smart.
Tyler the young... I spelled youngest like Youngblood. Please murder me. One of the youngest. There are more Skylar sisters?
Yeah, and there are sons, apparently.
I knew there were sons.
Yeah, I knew there were sons.
Okay.
After, like, a couple listens, I was like, wait a second.
Listen, if your first name was Margarita, you'd probably go by Peggy, too.
No.
Okay. In facts, in reality, Peggy was actually known as very quick-witted and sarcastic.
Good.
Peggy Schuyler, in reality, during a British raid in the Schuyler mansion, ran downstairs to save her newborn sister, Catherine.
Oh, I did see that.
She was caught and mistaken for a servant and asked where General Schuyler was. She lied for the answer, stating that he'd gone to inform the town, and legend says a soldier threw a tomahawk at her and missed, and the mark is still there. She married a distant cousin. She died at age 42 from a common cold. Alexander was the only person present when she died?
That's sad.
Apparently she and Alex were pretty close. Not as close as, Angelica and Alex. Or
my dearest, comma.
I know, I was like, comma after dearest.
Anyway, we should probably move on because we haven't even touched on trending and we've been recording for 30 minutes.
It is so just heartbreaking and cruel and just, yeah, again, heartbreaking and cruel that Anthony Ramos, they killed him twice.
I know!
And both were heartbreaking deaths for Hamilton, because, like, his death was the one that spurred Hamilton, or at least, like, it's depicted as the one that spurred Hamilton and being like, well, now I gotta work for the rest of my life. And then his son died, and spoiler, see, I don't feel bad about putting spoilers, because, it is literally history.
This happened literally hundreds of years ago.
It's not, like, it's not Wicked. I was gonna say it's not Les Mis, and then I was like, wait, that's kind of...
Les Mis is...
I mean, yes, but it's also, like, I don't know. Les Mis I could see more of an argument for, but, like, literal history.
Yeah.
I would give it 75% accuracy.
What do you mean? Wicked happened.
Didn't it? Also, you know what I just realized last night? I tweeted about it, so you've seen it. Eliza created the orphanage because Alex was an orphan!
You didn't realize that?
No! In the same tweet I mentioned that, oh, I'm sorry, Sky, did I wake you up? She's mad. She's walking over here, she's like, dude, I was taking a nap. I'm sorry. Anyway, same tweet I mentioned that, like, I didn't put together the connection that it's Ben Franklin, the key, and the kite, you see it, right, was electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even say, like, oh, I've been out of school too long. Like, I've been using as my excuse because I've been listening to it for 2 years. I just didn't pick... I'm so bad about picking up on things like that.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do not unmake my bed. Thank you.
I haven't listened to it in a while, because I listened to it, like, all of sophomore year on repeat. And that, well...
Yeah, you listened to it so you didn't have to study. For the first half of...
It was... I listened to it as my summer homework for Honors U.S. History, because I'm like, oh, look, I know so much about history. But I hadn't listened to it in like a year, and I still knew most of the words, and I was like, wow. The impact.
The impact. So what's trending?
On YouTube or Twitter, because we actually have things trending.
We have YouTube. Let's start with YouTube. Good job, YouTube.
Alright, so the first thing I saw trending was a music video by a little baby called The Bigger Picture, and usually I don't add music videos to trending because I don't really know, but I saw that in the thumbnail they had like some protest signs, and this song, The Bigger Picture, is basically, it talks about police brutality and like all the Black Lives Matter things that have been happening, and like talks about there was the chorus of this song hit really hard. Let me see if I can get the lyrics. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well gonna head start here. We've had a hell of a year. I'm gonna make it count while I'm here. And so, just talking about, like, activism, especially for the Black Lives Matter movement. And it's not the kind of music that I usually listen to because rap isn't very calming and I use music to calm me, but this song had a really important message and the video was very powerful as well, so.
Yeah. I agree. I don't typically listen to rap, which sucks because there aren't a lot of black country artists. I can think of one, directionRachel. There are probably more. But like that's the main type of music I listen to. And I don't know, I'm actually really conflicted on that because really what I think needs to happen is the country music industry needs to allow more black artists to thrive because I think that's a big problem in the industry. But like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I know there's a playlist that I follow on Spotify that has a bunch of black artists, but I don't think there's a whole lot of country, but there isn't, like, there is rap, but it isn't just rap. Like, there's some lo-fi, there's some, like, indie, but that's the kind of stuff that I listen to, not necessarily what you listen to.
Yeah, that's fair.
I haven't listened to all the songs yet, though. I just kind of use it. I use it as, like, background music while I'm working because it's easier for me to work when I don't know the lyrics to the song, because if I'm listening to music that I know the lyrics of, then I get caught up in the lyrics and just, like, start singing and not working. And so, I've been taking the opportunity to try and, like, listen to more black artists. And some of I've liked the songs that I've heard. It's just the whole thing is branching out, which people need to do, but it's also a learning curve, so.
Mm-hmm. So I'm searching through the Elizabeth Schuyler page now. Also known as Liza, Betsy, but only by Alex. What? Y'all should have included that one in the musical.
And Betsy.
And Betsy. How did she die? Is that the thing? Like, do you do the thing where it's... Oh, I wonder how this person died. She was older, though, so I'm sure it was...
I mean, that's the whole point of the finale.
Right, but she died at 97, so it was probably natural causes. Because dying older in the 1800s and it being of natural causes could also be dying of the common cold at 40, like...
Yeah.
Peggy did. Huh, she's known as one of the founding mothers. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Whitewashed culture. And also white men culture.
Yeah, I was like, that's not whitewashed culture. That is the misogynistic patriarchal view of our society. I was trying to say patriotic, and that's not at all what I meant.
Yeah. I'm bad at words.
Peggy Schuyler was not the youngest. She had two younger sisters, Cornelia and Catherine. Imagine being named Cornelia. Actually, I would love that. Please just call me Corn.
Corn? Good. Anyway, the next YouTube trending video.
I wish I was Corn.
put that on a t-shirt. Anyway,
Can we?
No. Because we haven't met our goal on our Patreon yet.
Well, in that case, go join our Patreon because I want to make t-shirts! Literally, I want a t-shirt that says I want to make t-shirts because how many times a week do I say that?
Our Patreon is in our description, by the way.
Patreon.com/perspective_Z?
Yep.
Okay, yep. Perspective_Z. Join our probably best tier is our $3 Discord tier. Lately I've been announcing the episodes by reworking old Disney Channel and Nick
Theme songs.
Yeah, TV show theme songs. So honestly, join just for that.
It's a fun time. Anyway, the next video is the Hamilton cast answers Hamilton questions from Twitter, which is a Wired interview that they did over Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, people asked questions on Twitter and then the cast answered them, which is what a Q&A is. I don't know why I explained it that way. But a lot of things centered on like how the history like reflects on the world today, because Lin-Manuel Miranda like wrote it in like the early 2010s. And so he wrote it for a very different time, because 2020 is a very different time in and of itself. But the
2020 will never end. Sorry,
the fact that it's still relevant just shows that like history repeats itself and that we all have something to learn from it, and that
history has its eyes on you. How many Hamilton quotes can Rachel fit in?
Yeah. Also, Lin-Manuel Miranda mentioned that he thought it was really cool how many Hamilton quotes have been made into, like, posters for the protests that have been happening. Because he rewrote it because it's history, but also, I don't know how to phrase that.
He reimagined it.
Yeah. Because there have been stuff saying, like, on posters saying, this is not a moment, it's the movement. And then, I'm trying to think of other ones that there have been, besides history has its eyes on you. But yeah, it was really cool. They also talk a lot about, like, behind the scenes stuff from the show, if you want to check that out. But I thought it was cool because all of the main characters are played by people of color. So, well, not.
Yeah. I mean, the king. All the good guys.
The king, but he's all the good guys, yeah.
The next recommended video for me was Hamilton cast finds out which Disney Hamilton character combo they are, and it's from BuzzFeed.
I put that quiz on the recommended.
But I knew we would be talking about Hamilton the entire time, and someone would probably get sick of it, so I picked a different one. But I still want you to send me the link.
I closed out of all of them already.
That wasn't very nice. What's trending on Twitter?
Anyway, the thing I saw trending on Twitter is Black Lives Matter may be the largest movement in U.S. history, and I thought that was really cool.
Oh, I think it's true.
Yeah, it's true, and it's cool because, like, well, the situation itself isn't cool, but it's because we have such easy way to connect with each other, like, through social media and everything, and spread information quicker than we used to, and because TikTok has been more popular recently, and it's been a way to, like, provide resources for people that wouldn't easily be able to help. Like,
right. Yep.
The YouTube videos where if you watch through everything with the ads, it donates the revenue to, like, bail funds and stuff. I wouldn't have known anything about that if it wasn't for social media, and people wouldn't have been able to put that stuff up if it wasn't for social media either. So it's interesting how movements have been working in this weird time.
You're very much struggling with that sentence.
Yeah. I'm struggling with most of my sentences today. I'm not sure if you picked up on that.
I did.
But, I mean, 2020 is a weird year and a bad year, and but we're learning through it, I guess.
I think what a lot of people are learning is if you don't know the words to say, it's okay to be silent and just learn. Which is, I think, something that hasn't been said before. Or, like, it's been said before, but it hasn't been taken seriously before.
Yeah. And using your platform to, like, amplify.
The people that know what they're saying.
That word does not have a V in it. I don't know why.
So anyway. Should we move on to listener questions?
Sure.
What's our first question?
Our first question is from @Kane_I, and they ask, do you have a summer routine yet?
I feel like I've been on summer vacation for, 4 months now?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of have a routine. Yeah, I guess I have a routine. Go to bed at 10, wake up at 7, go to work till noon, eat lunch, then take a nap until, 3, and then get up and do whatever until I go to bed at 10.
See, I have a routine. It's not a routine. It's also not necessarily what most people would call a routine. I am doing the same things on a regular basis, though, because I usually don't get up until, 11. And I go to bed at, 1 or 2 in the morning. And then eat, eventually. I don't really have a routine, but I have, a set amount of things that I do every day, but that's... What is a routine, anyway?
I don't know.
I guess it varies from person to person, but I guess maybe, if you classify that as a routine.
I guess.
Anyway, what's our next set of listener questions?
Our next questions are from @Momic222.
Hi, Mom.
She says... Oh, hi. Sorry. She says, what are the most
Just, move on.
What are the most important things to take on a road trip? Clorox wipes, masks, Germex,
food,
snacks, yeah. Clothing, if it's overnight.
A car.
Ooh, good one.
Imagine going on a road trip and being like, oh no, I forgot my car.
It's called going on a bike ride. Or a walk.
A really, really long walk. And at that point, it's not even a road trip, because you're not on the road. Well, you could be.
You could be hitchhiking.
But walking in the middle of the street is not necessarily the safest thing.
Bet.
Do not recommend. Don't try this at home.
Can I?
No.
You're not my mom. I'm older than you.
I mean, if you want to play chicken, then go ahead.
Alright. Meet me inside. I mean outside.
Catch me outside.
Meet him inside. Meet him inside was more of what I was referencing, and you didn't even pick up on it.
I picked up on it. I just
222 says, when shopping for a mask, what do you look for? If you're just getting a cloth mask, just cute. If you're getting a medical mask,
there isn't much to look for.
No, you pick up a pack at the store. Although I would recommend ordering them online, because at my store, at least, they're definitely getting away with price gouging. Or you can get a pack of 10 for $15, but if you go on Amazon, you can get a pack of 50 for $20. So I don't know how they're getting away with selling them for $15, quite honestly. But
yeah.
Also, I don't buy fabric masks. The only one that I've purchased, I didn't actually purchase, my mom gave to me, and it had Virginia Tech stuff on it. And then my friend is making me some that are just plain, so they go with everything, for college this fall in exchange for some cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I haven't gone shopping for masks besides, because my grandma made ones for us because she likes sewing, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna send these to you so that you have a mask. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't really leave the house that much anyway.
Wish I could relate.
But I think why my mom... This is my mom's way of saying I need to get a job. She's like, leave the house. You're around the house too much.
You know what podcast I love?
What?
This is unrelated, but beach too sandy, water too wet.
What's it about?
It's got some strong language, but it's reading, like, really stupid Yelp reviews. One of them is literally the beach was too sandy and the water was too wet. So hence the podcast title.
Wow.
But it's just... it's so good. Their episodes range from, like, 20 minutes long. Or I guess they were only, like, 20 minutes at the beginning. Now they're closer to an hour, but they're so funny.
Because people are...
And again, this is coming from me, who doesn't like podcasts. Don't come at me. I get it. I run a podcast. Katrina, can it be time for our favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
We sure can.
We sure can?
I heard you say some BuzzFeed quiz, and so I assumed you said...
I said, can it be time for our favorite
yes,
segment on this
podcast?
Yes, it can. Thank you.
It's the same message. Same thing, different shapes.
Okay. So, again, we're not taking the Hamilton one, but I'm gonna go find it now. But we are taking Get Dressed for a Day in 2009, and we'll tell you what you look like in 2020. I was 6/7 in 2009. See, I'm jealous of people that have, like, January birthdays. Because they can pretty much just be like, oh, I was this year in... Or I was this age in this year, and that doesn't work for me. I change about halfway through the year. A little after half, but, you know. Did I finish reading the sentence, or did I get distracted?
You said what you'll look like in 2020, but it's 2029. But besides that...
Well...
This is what you'll look like right now. Change your appearance immediately.
Okay, go ahead and, read the first demand. Why don't you?
First demand...
See what I did there.
First demand is first pick a top. Plaid shirt, band leader jacket, tank top, or Hollister t-shirt. Sorry, it's an inside joke.
Hollister, like polyester.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The thing is I thought that it was pronounced Hollister until, like, I don't know if it was beginning of this school year or last school year. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say until I was like 8.
No, I haven't shopped there at all, and I just was adding different letters to it, I guess. I was like, oh look, he's wearing a Hollister sweatshirt, and my friend is like, you mean Hollister? And I'm like, I guess. Anyway. I picked a Hollister t-shirt, but it wasn't always a Hollister t-shirt. Sometimes it was American Eagle, and it was usually a hand-me-down from my sister. I'm gonna go with tank top. Or an Old Navy. Mm-hmm. Old Navy. Pick some bottoms. Jeggings, bright skinny jeans, black leggings, skater shirt, jeggings, skater skirt. I was obsessed with skater skirts, but I never wore them. I always wanted one, and then it would come time to buy one, and I was like, no, that's too dressy for me. I'm gonna do bright skinny jeans. So I'm wearing, so far, jeggings and a Hollister t-shirt. Yeah. Your turn. Pick some shoes. Pumps, Converse, Uggs, or Gladiator sandals. Converse! Okay. Actually, I don't even think I woke her up that time. She's pretty out. Next, pick some statement makeup. Raccoon eyeliner, smoky eye, concealer lips, or wet lip look. I still can't do a smoky eye, so I'd love smoky eye. Let's go for a smoky eye. You know what? I wish I could do eyeliner, so let's do raccoon eyeliner, because that's what I look like when I try and put on eyeliner in the first place. Alright. Next demand is pick a hairstyle. Crimped, bone straight, wavy, or quiff. I'm gonna pick wavy because, fun fact, my hair's actually naturally, like, kind of curly. It's not curly, but it's got wave to it. Mm-hmm. Where, like, I think if I took care of it the way you're supposed to take care of curly hair, you would see actual waves, but right now it's just, like, I've got a few noodle curls, and then just
frizz.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Bone Straight.
You don't want the quiff? Man, they put Snooki on this. And yes, I know the characters from Jersey Shore because my sister watched Jersey Shore. See, that's the thing, is I know so many things that people are like, if you were born in the early 2000s or later, you don't know this. And I'm like, you think we could afford all the new things all the time? No, I played with my sister and brother's hand-me-downs.
Exactly.
Next, just pick a hair color. Cherry red, platinum blonde, warm brown, or black. You think my mom would let me dye my hair? I have to stay warm brown.
I mean, personally, I don't think many of these would look that good on me, because for black hair, I am very pale, and so I'd look like an actual vampire. Oh. And then cherry red, I feel like that's kind of too loud for me.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna go with warm brown too, because platinum blonde I feel like would be a statement that I'm not ready for.
Alright, my turn?
Maybe?
Let's see, I don't know about that one, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
No, it's my turn. Finally, pick a accessory. Big scarf, chunky belt, shutter shades, or bib necklace.
I picked big scarf. My family was really, like, my mom and I, we were into scarves.
I was into scarves for, like, all of freshman year. That was all I wore in the winter, was like, oh, I'm gonna put this scarf on here to add flavor.
Flavor?
Anyway. Yes. Add flavor to the outfit. I'm gonna pick shutter shades.
Do you mean style?
No, flavor.
Okay.
Where's the flavor? There's no flavor in this. I don't taste nutmeg. I don't taste anything.
So I got future trendsetter.
I got athleisure glamazon.
Forget Instagram and TikTok. You're gonna hit big on an app that doesn't even exist yet. As a result, your creativity will reach new audiences and you'll be the one starting trends, not just following them. For you, it's throwing together a cute pair of bedazzled hover boots and an oversized flight jacket. But to the world, it'll be the start of something new. Maybe, hear me out, instead of being big on an app that doesn't exist yet, I'm big on an app that isn't big yet, i.e. Podbean?
Podbean's gonna be the app of the future.
Heck yeah! I mean, with how many people are starting podcasts during
yeah.
the incident?
We made our podcast early. We're not like other girls. Anyway. My description for athleisure glamazon is your future look will build on the comfy, athletic style of today, but with a futuristic twist. Sure, you might have a couple of old sweatshirts from the bygone year of 2020. Still, you'll have your finger on the pulse of all the hottest new designers, most of who are probably small children now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. First of all, I had a hard time pronouncing the title, but also, I don't wear that much athletic stuff, but I do like comfy clothes. And I'll probably still have my sweatshirts that I wear now. So maybe. I guess we'll see. I just send this episode to you the first day of 2029.
Oh my gosh. Did you know there's an English castle in Iowa?
What?
The King's House in Salisbury, England, provided the blueprint for Carl and Edith Week's dream home, nestled in the wooded area of Des Moines, area known as South Grand. Not only did the design of the house come from England, but many of the building materials did as well. It's covered with 17th century tile and imported 16th century English oak. The owners are also avid collectors. Art and original tapestries line the walls of their home, while their library includes rare books and documents, medieval armor, and Chippendale furniture.
Interesting.
Imagine having a castle.
could not be me.
No.
I wouldn't know what to do with the space.
Honestly.
Like, I don't have that many things.
Think about cleaning
But I'm also a child.
Think about cleaning that house.
I mean, I could see my Sims having that house. I probably wouldn't build it because I'm a bad builder.
I kind of want to give my Sims a new house. Because the one I'm in right now, I gave one of my closest friends. I'm living our lives, but we're married to our favorite celebrities or TV people.
Good.
I should go marry. I wonder if there's the Hamilton cast on the gallery.
Maybe. I know there's probably for sure Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah.
Because...
But anyway, I'm living our lives. Her husband was supposed to be really fit, and then he just stopped working out. And so now he's not. And she was like, wait, that was part of the reason he was my dream husband. Because she's very much, like, into fitness. She's one of my fitness friends. I was talking about on Twitter. I have
5%
non-fitness friends. And I think it's because I'm like, maybe if I'm friends with them, I'll, like, peer pressure myself into actually working out. And I've been friends with them for 4 years and nothing's happened. So, maybe not.
Peer pressure works. You heard it here first.
Clearly it doesn't. Anyway, I've been living our lives, and I had 3 kids. I had 3. The youngest is a young adult. No, he's still a teen. The other 2 are at college. And then she had kids. So we had, like, 2 kids at the same time, and then I had a second kid, and then I think she had 1 more and the house was full. Or no, I had another one and then the house was full. So I had to wait for mine to age up and get out of the house, and then she had another one. And I think she hasn't decided if she wants to have another kid or not. But I'm, like, letting her pick the baby names and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's just polite. Anything else we need to talk about this week, or can I go play Sims?
I think we're good.
Alright, well, in that case, this has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Katrina.
That's been Rachel.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodle.